Hello everyone, welcome to my free grammar class. Today we will going to learn more about sentence. As we all know, sentence is a group of words that make complete sense is called sentence. For example, I drink coffee every morning. There is one cookie left. There are some parts of sentence which make a complete sentence. Here is a one is a phrase and other one is clauses. Phrase. What is phrase? A group of words that make sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. For example, the big red ball after the game. Second one is clauses, a group of words that formed a part of a sentence. It has a subject and predicate. For example, she laughed. It is an independent clause. Because it was late, it is a dependent clause. But in a phrase, there is no subject and verb. As we also can see in example, the big red ball, there is a no subject or a verb. In after the game also has no subject and verb. So in a phrase there is no subject and verb. Next we are learn about phrase. Other more important notes. One, already I mentioned you there is no subject or a verb, and other is it has a two and more words that function as a single unit within a sentence. There is a few types of phrases. One is noun phrases. A tall building, my best friend. It include a noun, that's why it's a noun phrases. Next one is a verb phrase. Yes, there is a few sentence which has include verb also. For example, has been sleeping, will be sleeping. In this sentence, has been or will be is a verb, that's why it's called a verb phrases. Third one is prepositional phrases. In some sentence we are using prepositions in the phrases. For example, in the park, under the table. These are the prepositional, that's why it's called prepositional phrases. Fourth one is adjective phrases. In some phrases we are using adjective, that's why it is called a adjective phrases. For example, full of joy, with a smile. These are the kinds of a phrases. Next one is clauses. Clauses, it can be either an independent clause which can stand alone as a complete sentence. For example, she laughed. It is a independent sentence. We can use freely in a sentence, that's why it is called a independent sentence. Next one is a depend or subordinate clause include which cannot stand alone. We cannot use without a independent clause, that's why it is a depend clause. Because it was late, it is our independent clause which depend on a independent clause, because it depend on independent, that's why. First one is independent clause, like the dog barked. We can use freely and it make meaning. Next one is she is happy. She is very happy, so it is a free sentence. The next one is dependent and subordinate clause. For example, because she was tired when the bell rings. These are the depend on other sentences, that is why it is called a dependent and subordinate clause. Now, you are got it about phrase and clauses. There are some examples of which include phrase and clauses. Let us find them. When the sun sets, the birds fly back to their nest. So, when the sun sets, it is a phrase. So, it is a phrase which is used in sentence, and the bird fly back to their nest, it is a independent clause. It is a independent clause, and to their nest, it is a also a phrase. Next one is, after finishing her homework, Sarah went to play outside. After finishing her work, it is a phrase, and the Sarah went to play outside, it is a independent clause. The next one is, because he was tired, he went to the bed early, but he couldn't sleep. So, because he was tired, it is a depend clause, and he went to bed early, it is a independent clause. It also has a independent clause. He couldn't sleep, it is a complete sentence. We can use it without dependent clause also, but to the bed early, it is a phrase. So, these all for you. Thanks for watching.